But you know who wants to care about what you do the most? You. And you know who has not cared about what you do the most? You. You haven't. You haven't. You haven't mobilized. You haven't organized. You haven't said, okay, over the summer, this is the most important thing we're going to do. You have time off. You need to be at the CTA office. You need to be making phone calls. You need to be walking. And believe me, it's horrible to walk. Trust me. I have done it multiple times. And I know I got lots of votes because I just look so pathetic. But they said, if you're willing to be so sweaty and disgusting, we will vote for you because we know that you're going to do a good job. You have to do it. You have to do it for these two people, Maria Sachs and Joe Abruzzo, and I hope if I have an opponent, you will do it for me. But most of all, you need to do it for you. And you need to do it for Obama because there's one man standing between every crazy idea that the Supreme Court could come up with if they replace 2 or 3 people and make this a country we don't know anymore and we certainly wouldn't want to live in, or a Supreme Court that will treasure the things that we hold dear and uphold them for the future. So, I'm going to stop now. There's something called a farm team. You know, I really suck at sports, so I had to ask what it was. A farm team is like the team that you start out with and then they work their way up to the big leagues, correct? Yeah. Well, there are farm teams here. And the reason why I'm sorry, I don't want to be partisan, but the reason why the people that I usually oppose, I don't always because I like my husband most of the time. And actually Joe, what was his name? Joe Pickens, who was a Republican I worked with to do really good things. He had to do Republican stuff, but if he could, because he used to be a Democrat, he would help me with Democrat stuff for educators. And so we got to be really good pals. So there are good people on both sides of the aisle. But right now, if you are a Republican Tallahassee, you must vote party line, period. End of story, end of discussion. That is how it works. I'm sorry to tell you, it's bad news. You know, you don't want to hear, but I never have, when you see me, you see what you got. It is what it is. But the Democrats, nah, nobody can tell a Democrat what to do. That's just a reality. And fortunately for you all, Democrats care about education. And even if they told us not to vote for education, we wouldn't listen to them because we're like herding cats. And actually, Chris Matthews, he said he went to the, when he was really young, he watched the convention, he was a kid, and he noticed, it's so true, that when they had the big conventions, the national conventions, they would say, please clear the aisles. There'd be a lady with glasses on. I don't know if the old people remember. They'd start the convention, they go, everyone please clear the aisles. And the Democrats never cleared the aisles. They were just milling around everywhere. And then he watched the Republican convention, and they same different woman, same look, glasses. Please, will the delegates please clear the aisles? And they all did. So he noticed that there was a difference. The Republicans cleared the aisles, and the Democrats didn't. And I noticed when I knock on doors, the really neat houses are always Republican. Am I right, Michelle? I say I can tell before I go, because I knocked on everybody's door, because I think most people are in the middle. They're either, moderate Republican, moderate Democrat, and, really want to live and let live. They don't care about the wild social issues. They don't really want to, give everything away, but they're kind of in the middle. And so I had to knock on doors of every independence, and I could always tell. And to entertain myself, I would go, this is a Democrat house, am I right? And they go, yeah. And if you come to see my house, it's a Democrat house. But it's a farm team, so you have to care about us. Not so much me anymore, but I hope you will. But the people that are starting out, as you support them and they get higher and higher and higher, you help them grow and get into to be a state house person or a state senate person who will always know that you will have helped put education people in power, and that ultimately is caring about yourself and your kids and your family and your students. So I'm done. As I said, I can talk forever. I'm a teacher, right? So there will be some people going around asking, I'm trying to collect, for me, small campaign contributions, $5, $10, $20. Because, first of all, I know you don't have a lot of money. And secondly, I like to have teacher lists on my name, because your name would go on my campaign, and it shows that the average person knows that I care about them. So if you can give, I know a lot of you can't, because I know you've had a lot of hard times. But if you can, yeah. Believe me, I'm not doing any better. I made $29,000 in Tallahassee, and then I had to take all my time off it. So I'm as poor as you guys. I feel your pain. But I still love my life, and I'm happy that I had the opportunity to be your president. I hope you will all come together and work together for this election, whoever you support. And I will always love you all for who you have been and what you do, and the fact that you are trying to change the world. So thank you.